Sudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Agyantimradasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurumritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarine. Hare Krishna. So thank you so much for joining session in Bhagavad Gita. We are doing chapter 17, Divisions of Faith. So very, very important subject matter. And in this chapter, we could see that how our faith is also affected with the influence of the three modes of material nature. So all different activities we do, that is influenced by the three modes of material nature. Not only activity, but even thought process, belief system, whatever we have, that is influenced with the three modes of material nature. So many things we could see, especially when it comes to sacrifice, austerity, austerity of body, austerity of mind, austerity of speech. So all these things we are seeing, how all these different things, there is influence of three modes of material nature. So we'll go further with this. So now we are discussing about
17th complete time.
17th onwards we are going to continue. So 17th, this threefold austerity performed with transcendental faith by men not expecting material benefits but engaged only for the sake of supreme is called austerity in goodness. Penances performed out of pride for the sake of gaining respect, honor, and worship is said to be in the mode of passion. It is neither stable nor permanent. Penance performed out of foolishness with self-torture or to destroy or injure others is said to be in the mode of ignorance. So this is about penances, austerities we do, like we discuss about the devotion. Similarly, these are the different activities, and if you see the mindset behind doing all these activities, that is influenced with the three modes of material nature. Somebody in goodness, so he is doing austerity or penances with some faith, transcendental faith, and not expecting material benefits. No, it is just out of service. Mode of goodness means out of service, and engaged only for the sake of the Supreme, doing some service. And people in mode of passion means the activity or austerity or penances in mode of passion means there's a pride for the sake of gaining respect and honor. So that is mode of passion. But the third category, mode of ignorance, is like out of foolishness. Penances performed out of foolishness with self-torture or to destroy or injure others. Means it's a destructive approach, destructive, not helping self and not helping others, but out of foolishness, doing something which is not, there is no scriptural injunction or scriptural background behind that. So this kind of activities are destructive. Now, charity, this is another very, very important activity. And like it is mentioned in the scripture that yagya, dana, tapaschaiva. These are the three activities, yagya, dan and tapa. Means these three activities, it is purifying. Even purified souls, even they do this activity, even they also get purified. So these are the activities one should never give up. This is what the recommendation. So how Dhanam means your charity, how it is influenced with the three modes of material nature or three categories based on our faith. So first is charity given out of duty without expectation of return at the proper time and place and to worthy person is considered to be in the mode of goodness. Clear? Once we have clear understanding about mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, then everything we can categorize. So this is about charity. So when we give charity, when we give dan, but if we have expectation, means that is mode of passion. And mode of goodness means without expectation of return. And other factors at the proper time and place. Like there are different times mentioned in the scriptures, like giving charity or donation on Ekadashi day or auspicious days are there. When you do that, so that is more beneficial. Though people in mode of goodness, they do not expect any, they do not have any expectation. But charity on auspicious days, that is good. Time, place, and to a worthy person. Worthy person. Who is worthy person? Whom to give charity. That is also like we were discussing about. If you give charity to, it is mentioned somewhere, maybe here, let me see. Like even though people in mode of goodness, they do not expect return, but what is mentioned in scripture, like if you give charity to worthy people means like the greatest of them. If you talk about the greatest, who is the most worthy person, is Vaishnavas, who is directly engaged in service of Krishna. They are. If you give, it is mentioned like if you give charity to some ordinary people, like people give charity to maybe poor people, feeding them, or this kind of charity. So you will get similar return. If you're giving clothes, if you give feeding them, so you will get just equal return from there in next life, maybe next life. But if you give charity to a Brahmana, qualified or less qualified Brahmana, then you get double. And if you give charity to a qualified Brahmana is not by birth, but one who is having all the qualities of a Brahmana, Suchya, yes, all these different qualities, Shamadama, Socham, Ajamam, all these are qualities of Brahmana. So you get not double but many folds you get.
But Prabhuji, if they are the qualified Brahman, if they are not in need of any charity.
No, that is another subject matter. That is another subject matter. Brahmanas, of course, they are not in need. Brahmanas means because the charity given to them, they are not utilizing it for the sense gratification. They are using it for higher purpose. Qualified Brahmana, not somebody who is coming and taking donation but just not doing anything, enjoying that money. No. So and greater than Brahmanas. Brahmana means one who know Brahma. Brahma iti janati. So having understanding about soul, all the different qualities. But greater than Brahmana is Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas means one who is not having only knowledge about Krishna, but he has realized Krishna, or he is directly or totally engaged in service of Krishna. So even charity, there are 4 kinds of charity. Charity is not only giving some donation or some wealth. Prane, Arthe, Dhiya, Vacha. These are the 4 things you can offer to Krishna. Prane, Arthe, Dhiya, Vacha. Pran means The topmost level of sacrifice, the topmost level of charity is giving your whole life, giving your life to Krishna. And that's why Krishna is expecting us. Sarvadharman. So giving whole life to Krishna, that is giving your life, prana. And artha. Artha is whatever wealth we have, maybe money, property, whatever is there, engaging that in service of Krishna. That is called artha. Dhiya, if somebody may not be having money, it does not mean that if you do not donate, then Krishna will not accept you. So if you have intelligence, Dhiya is intelligence. Use your intelligence. Like reading scripture is also a kind of sacrifice, right? Or spreading this message, using your intelligence. Like if you're helping spreading Krishna consciousness, whatever experiences, whatever intelligence you have, if you are utilizing that intelligence and spreading Krishna consciousness, that is also a kind of charity. That is also charity, dana. And if you cannot do all these three, then the fourth category is vacha. At least simply you can go and say Hare Krishna to everyone. Please come to the class. This is a kind of sacrifice. This is charity. So this way means we can do charity. And this is first category. It means this is charity in mode of goodness, without expectation of return, proper time, proper place, and to a worthy person. But charity performed with the expectation of some return, or with a desire for fruitive results, or in a grudging mood, is said to be charity in the mode of passion. Performed with some expectation, with desire for fruitive results. You understand? Fruitive results. I'm doing it so that I can get a better life, better facility in next life, or like a good family, good birth, good education. All these are with some fruitive result, with some expectation. In a grudging mood. Grudging mood means sometimes I do not want to give. I do not want to do charity, but I am forced to do that. So somebody is asking, so let me do that. So in a grudging mood. So that is mode of passion. And charity performed at an impure place, at an improper time, to unworthy persons, or without proper attention and respect, is said to be in the mode of ignorance. So many these words. You see, one word is respect. Even doing charity, that should be with respect. It's not that okay, just give it like anyway in a casual. Giving charity with respect, with proper attention. No? So there should be proper attention. Impure place. Impure place, how to understand it? Charity at impure place.
Places which are in sense gratification.
Yes. Sometimes people do charity for so many things wherein sense gratification activity is going on. Like, wherein some maybe how to say that? Sense gratification means they are utilizing it for some sense gratificatory activities. Drinking, meat eating, gambling, such kind of charity. That is also kind of charity. People donate. I'm doing so much for this society. But what they are doing in that society? They are misusing that money. So that is impure place.
Prabhu, somebody sets up community center, somebody suppose sets up some community center, and if that community center is used for all this drinking, eating and all this kind of...
Yes, like even people, they prepare some club. And what is the purpose of club? Let's monthly enjoy. Eating, drinking, or that kind of thing. No, there's no elevation kind of conscious elevation. No, they're not working on consciousness. It's just doing all sorts of sinful activities. So that kind of thing is in mode of ignorance. So unworthy person, or without proper attention. Unworthy person. This is very important subject matter. Sometimes, like you see beggars, poor people. So of course we should give them, but we should see what they are doing exactly, how we can help them in a much better way. Because this is a one big question. When you understand this subject, sometimes it becomes very difficult to deal with beggars or poor people. Because beggars, if you see, you are doing charity, you are doing some donation, but they are misutilizing it, right? Out of emotion, we give charity, but that charity is not helping them, right? If you give them food, they will not take it. If you give them some resources, they will not take it. They will take just money, because that money they are not using properly. They are misutilizing it. Drinking and so many other activities they are involved in. So, unknowingly, if we do anything unconsciously or without any attention, so instead of helping, we will destroy the person. We will destroy the culture. You see on red lights, like so many beggars. If you go through the background, you will see even mafias working behind them. They are especially prepared for this.
Professional.
Yes, because I remember once I got a proposal from a company that no, we can if we can find out talents from the streets, we can prepare them and we can give them a stage. I thought, okay, I could see that. Okay, so many talents, like if you see boys doing some kind of circus or some activities. So I thought if these boys can be prepared for some maybe dance preparation or singing, whatever, different talents. And my other friend who approached them, and he said that the family members, they denied, they don't want a stage because because they are happy there. They think that okay, whatever they are doing, they are earning much more than what we can give. So many incidents are there. Even when I was working in Delhi, Lodi Road, there's a very famous temple, Sai Temple, and so many beggars there. People coming and giving charity. And in the evening, when I used to just because there was a Andhra Bank in that building, so the leader of the beggars, he was there every day. He was coming over there and depositing money. And the bank manager, at lunchtime when we were meeting and discussing, he said these beggars are very rich people. They're depositing money every day. And sometimes when I was getting late night when I was leaving office, I could see outside these beggars in a circle drinking wine. And they're very,
Nicely clothed.
yes, very, high quality liquor, costly liquor, eating meat.
आपने मिले हैं देखा था
I have seen that, that's what I'm saying. I've seen that. So, means unworthy, we have to see to whom we are giving donation, charity. Right? So, all these things, otherwise, out of ignorance, just doing something is not good. Because ultimately it will not help us and it will not help others. Yeah. From the beginning of creation, the three words Om Tat Sat were used to indicate the supreme absolute truth. These three symbolic representations were used by Brahmanas while chanting the hymns of the Vedas and during sacrifices for the satisfaction of the Supreme. So this is now all different segments, all different sections or different activities Krishna spoke about, how that is influenced with the three modes of material nature or people doing in different faith. Faith in mode of goodness, fourth faith in mode of passion, fourth faith in mode of ignorance. So now he's speaking about whatever activities we do, ultimately what is the perfection of that action? What is the perfection of that action? See,
Pleasure of Krishna.
Pleasure of Krishna. Whatever we do, the perfection of that action is offering it to Krishna. And that is what Vedic scriptures. And that's why if you see any mantra in Vedic scripture that begins with Om. So Om Tat Sat means this everything is for Krishna. So Om Tat Sat means it is indicating the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So our activity must be dedicated to Krishna. So that is perfection of action. Our thinking, feeling, our desires, everything we have to dovetail with the desire of Krishna. That is called yajna. That is called sacrifice, real sacrifice. Now when we do it for Krishna. Therefore, transcendentalists undertaking performances of sacrifice, charity and penances in accordance with scriptural regulations begin always with Om to attain the Supreme. So transcendentalists means like devotees, because they know that whatever we are doing, either it is sacrifice or charity or penances, it should be done for Krishna. Because Yagyapati Krishna, the purpose of sacrifice is to please Krishna. So that is the ultimate purpose. The absolute truth is the objective of devotional sacrifice, and it is indicated by the word Sat. The performer of such sacrifice is also called Sat, as are all works of sacrifice, penances, and charity which, true to the absolute nature, are performed to please the Supreme Person, O son of Pritha. So understanding like different activities we discuss in mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. Now there is another activity that is called devotional activities. So devotional activities means that is done on a spiritual platform. That is done on transcendental platform. Transcendental platform means beyond three modes of material nature. Out of love. Not out of fear, not out of gain, not out of duty, but out of love. So devotional service means out of love. And this is what the goal of life, this is what the purpose of life, right? And at the end, Krishna, what he's saying, anything done as sacrifice, charity or penances without faith in the Supreme, O son of Pritha, is impermanent. Very, very important point here we need to understand. We might be doing everything, but the very important point is faith. Yes? If you are not doing with faith, then that is temporary. That is not permanent. So of course, in the beginning, we do not have faith. Is it worthless? Is it useless? We will discuss about it, right? So of course, initially our faith is not very strong. We do not have a strong faith. We have our faith is Shraddha, that is common. That is very flickering. But with this small faith, whatever we are trying to do, how it is going to help us to advance in that faith or develop nishtha, determination, or fixed faith, firm faith. That is what we will learn. We will discuss about it today. So it is called asat and is useless both in this life and the next. If you do not have faith, if you do not develop faith, then our activities alone will not help much. I'll not say useless, but it will not help much, because ultimately the purpose of doing all these spiritual practices or different activities or charity, sacrifice, whatever we are doing, what is the purpose of doing this? Developing love, developing faith for Krishna. Faith means love. So as much faith we have, as much love we have, this faith only will develop in love. If you see the process of bhakti or the different stages of bhakti, what is first? That is Shraddha. How do we get Shraddha? This is another subject matter, but of course, Shraddha is first. And then second stage, Sadhu Sangha. When we have faith, that's why we are coming in association with devotees. But one Acharya, he spoke about that. Even Shraddha, where we are getting Shraddha?
Mercy of others.
That is again mercy of devotees only. Sometime, somehow, in some lifetime, we came in contact with some sadhu, directly, indirectly. We may not know that. And because of that, or we did some service to some saintly people, unknowingly, knowingly. And because of that, we developed Shraddha. Because of that, we have developed some Shraddha. And that's why we are here again in devotees association. And if we follow, or when we are in devotees association, this means now we will move to the next stage. What is next stage? Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, and next is Bhajana Kriya. If you are really associating devotees, understand, association of devotees, it's not just coming together. Like in association, what we are doing, we are hearing, we are chanting, right? We are reading books. So this is one activity we are doing. But real association means when we are practicing and when we are experiencing some transformation, some change in life, some change in our practices, Practice means like sincerely practicing. Hearing alone will not help. Knowledge alone will not help. Without action, there is no law of attraction. If we simply sit down and start dreaming about something, that will not help. We have to take the step, we have to follow the process. So that is what, when we come in devotees association, hearing, chanting, reading, then we start experiencing. What is that? Experiencing means when we take action, the fourth stage, that is anartha nivritti. Our heart will become pure. All the anarthas will go away. Lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, all these different anarthas will go away. It will become pure, and then we will develop more faith. Once anartha nivritti is there, then we'll have nishtha. Nishtha is like firm faith. Now I am determined. Now I am very much confirmed about this Krishna conscious process. I am very much determined. Nobody can deviate. Right now, maybe our Shraddha is very komal. Komal means fluctuating. Anybody may say anything, and because of any reason, we can go away. We can go away. So, I mean, I have seen many of the classes even. People just for some reason, they should find some reason and they will go away, even after years. Because they could not develop that faith, that Shraddha, and that firm faith, or, that is the biggest loss we should understand. So being in devotees association, that is very, very important. So, yes, so when anartha nivritti is there, then we develop nishtha, firm faith. Then further we'll move on asakti, ruchi, asakti, then bhava, and then prema. That is the stage. Prema means, and before prema, there are so many milestones we need to reach, right? So devotees association is very, very important for that. So ultimately we have to develop love. We have to develop love for Krishna. That is purpose of life, right? So today I was just randomly I just started. Every day I do that. Every day I start my day with some hearing. So I just randomly tapped on one lecture, and his name is S.P. Keshav Swami Maharaj. He was discussing about love and liking. What is the difference between love and liking?
In love, we do things what others want, and in like,
No, love is
Huh?
from right.
Love is
Deep-
you
deep-
please the other person,
You please the other person. Yes, I mean, so many things to discuss. Let's try how much I can recall. But it was like one student just approached a teacher, and the teacher asked him.
Don't care for your emotions.
No, that student asked the difference between love and liking. Because love is something very commonly used in this material world. Especially he was delivering lecture on Valentine's Day. So people, they have different perception about love. And this is very, very important subject matter. We should understand what really love means, right? Because this is the foundation of our relationship. And that is what we are learning in Bhagavad Gita. We are learning loving relationship with Krishna. So first of all, we should understand what is love and how to develop that love. So he said, sometimes people not having proper understanding about love, they misunderstood. So that's why this topic is very, very important. Understanding what is the difference between liking and loving, right? So he gave an example, that teacher, that if there is a rose flower, if there's a flower, beautiful, fragrant flower, right? If you like it, what will you do?
pluck it.
Keep it.
Huh?
Keep it.
You will just pluck it, you will smell, you will enjoy, and once it is useless, or once it is dry or something, you will throw it. That is liking, not loving. Liking means, because whatever I want, I'm just taking from there. And once I have used, just throw it. This is liking, not loving. And most of the relationship in this material world, you see, that is based on expectations, or that is based on this selfish attitude. They are in relation because they are meeting their own objectives, just to get their personal sense gratification, or to meet their personal expectations, not caring for others. And when you love it, when you love that flower, what will you do?
Take care,
You will
water.
take
care.
care.
Take
You will
care.
water
Water
the
it.
plant. You will take care of that. And whatever is required, you will protect, you will take care. That is what called love. No? So he was speaking about that. Similarly, our love, it can be categorized into three, like mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Similarly, he gave a different name. That one relationship that is called a relationship, toxic relationship. What is toxic relationship, right? Wherein we will understand what these three. One is toxic relationship, and one is transactional relationship. Second is transactional relationship, and third is transcendental relationship. Right? So, what is the difference between these three kinds of relationship, or these three kinds of love? We can say first, love and liking. We should know now. We know the difference between. So, these three kinds of relationship: toxic, transactional, and transcendental. So there are few things we should see. If we understand, then we can know this subject matter will help us to understand how we should know to whom or how we should maintain our relationship, or with whom we should develop relationship, or I mean this understanding we will develop with the help of this subject matter. So he said toxic, all these three phases, all these three different kinds of love or relationship. We should see three things: vision, role, and goal. These three things we should see. First of all, what is the vision in that relationship? Vision and role and goal of that relationship. So when it is toxic relationship, what is the vision of people in this toxic relationship?
Only
You can just guess. You can. Now you know that.
myself.
Only me central, toxic. Means the person vision is that other person is only meant to fulfill my desires. This is the vision of the person in toxic relationship. Do not care about others and very much controlling. No, he is a controller. No, you are just meant to fulfill my desires for my satisfaction, not care about others. This is toxic. The vision in toxic relationship, and vision in transactional relationship. What should be the vision in transactional relationship? Give and take. Huh? Like transactional means, okay, you care for me, I care for you. I care for you, and that's why you should care for me. Transactional. It is in mode of goodness, out of duty. Okay, because I'm doing and you're also doing. This is first one is in mode of ignorance, toxic. Toxic relationship is that is based on mode of ignorance, just exploitative, not caring for others. But at least in the second category, transactional, person is caring because he or she understand that okay, somebody because doing for me something, so I should do out of duty. That is there. And what is transcendental then? Transcendental relationship. What should be the vision?
Even if you don't get anything, you will
Huh?
care.
Yes. Vision is transcendental. Vision is person is fully satisfied because he understands whatever other person has done so much, he's not having any expectation. Just he's serving. Service is there. One is one like toxic relation, exploitation is there, and transactional relationship means wherein give and take is there. But transcendental relationship means the person is not having any expectation, just serving, just serving. And similarly, other person also serving, helping each other. So service attitude. This is the vision of people in transcendental relationship, right? And similarly, when you talk about the role in toxic relationship, again, controller. The role is like the other person is just controlling. And in transactional, caring, service. And transcendental, role, encouraging, helping, empowering. It's not that you are here in my life so that I can progress. I am here in your life so that I can help you to progress. Empowering, encouraging, not criticizing. That is transcendental. Means whatever, accepting the person with all even negative qualities. Liking means, liking and loving, what does it mean? Means I like you means whatever my expectations are there, you are meeting with that expectation, and that's why I like you. And if you're not meeting with my expectations, then I dislike you. So this is liking, this is not love. Love means accepting the person with both good qualities, bad qualities. That is love. So this is transcendental. So role and goal. What is the goal? Which similar things we are discussing about. The person in toxic relationship, goal is fulfilling only my desire at any cost. And that's why you see this toxic relationship which is based on physical platform, bodily platform, just bodily relationship, that is very, very toxic. So we will discuss about this also. No, our relationship, there are different phases, different levels of relationship. Physical, emotional and spiritual. The same three categories we are talking about, we will discuss about. So physical is ignorance part. Emotional or physical emotional, we can say, not ignorance, I'll say. Physical emotional, this is also very important aspect of life, a very important aspect of relationship. But there is beyond physical and emotional, that is transcendental relationship. Yes? So goal in toxic relationship is just exploitation, person not caring about others. And in transactional relationship, goal is helping each other with, we can say some goodness is there. And goal in transcendental relationship means serving each other in such a way so that together they can achieve the higher purpose of life. Coming together for a higher purpose, like a spiritual advancement. With this understanding that we are part and parcel of Krishna and we are here in a family, we have come together, Krishna has made this arrangement, so that's why we are here together. And our purpose is to achieve that spiritual goal, helping each other so that we can achieve that spiritual purpose, right? So our acharyas, they say that in our relationship, if it is just based on physical platform or bodily level, because our relationship is based on body only or bodily needs, physical, emotional needs, that will not be long lasting. Because he was also speaking about mathematics of relationship. You know, what is the mathematics of relationship? What is the mathematics? 1 plus 1? 1 plus 1 is what? 2. But he said, this mathematics of relationship is different. So he said 1 plus 1, it can be 0. 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. And 1 plus 1 is equal to infinity. Let's understand. So 1 plus 1, how is it 0? If our relationship is based on some just bodily requirements, just bodily needs, or in mode of ignorance, so two people not satisfied coming together, this toxic relationship, they keep on fighting for small things. Ultimately, that will destroy, that will become 0. Because that is not going to help anyway. That kind of relationship will not help. So, and the second is 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. Like, that is like we discussed about, transactional. So it's good, at least being in goodness is good. Out of duty, doing some service to others, that is good. But there's a recommendation that people should advance to the spiritual platform. Because if we have a spiritual understanding in our relationship, that relationship will flourish, that relationship will advance. So that is the point. So just being on physical and emotional platform, that is not enough. So physical and emotional, that is also very, very important. So there are like different we cannot say that being a spiritual or being transcendental, then no emotion is required, no physical relationship is required. Of course, for different people, different goal is there, right? This is the highest goal. And then he was speaking about the four, why, if you see, why four ashramas are there in our Vedic scripture. What is the purpose of that four ashram, you know? Brahmacharya ashram, Grihastha ashram, Vanprastha ashram, Sannyas ashram. What is the purpose of these four ashram?
So eventually we progress in our we live our
Step by
life
step.
also, and gradually we improve.
Yes, the purpose of these ashram, such a scientific arrangement Krishna has done, and people not understanding, not having right understanding about such things, they just think, oh, this is all classifications, casteism, like that. Of course, people have presented in such a way, but otherwise, if you understand these four ashram, the purpose of these four ashram is to elevate us to the topmost level of relationship, that is love,
Step by step.
step by step. So ideally, it is like if it is 100 years of life, then first 25 years, that is what Brahmacharya ashram. Ultimately, all these four ashrams is for learning. Is for learning. These are all learning experience. I mean, practicing, learning, practicing. So if you see Brahmacharya ashram means that is learning. So 25 years, somebody in Brahmacharya ashram learning how to love. That learning is very much required. This is called like being in a secluded place. Secluded means sometimes we need some space, we need some isolation, right? But this isolation is not whimsically or without any ground. Understand this point, because when I talk to devotees sometimes, because of, they want isolation, and because of that they stop even. I mean, this is all to understand, not to, I mean, just coming up with this point, because isolation is, sometimes we should go to the secluded place, we should do some introspection, we should, but that introspection or that reflection in life should be based on a scriptural understanding. When we are getting this knowledge, and with the help of this knowledge, when we go alone, when we seclude ourselves or in isolation ways, when we start reflecting on this message,
They used to be expertise in every field, you know,
Yes.
during the brahmacharyas. They used to be spiritual knowledge, then
yes, everything. Ultimately learning, yeah.
Everything, all knowledge.
Based on their psychophysical nature, all kinds of education was there.
Education was
But the point what we are trying to understand, giving some time for learning, giving some time to reflect, to understand yourself. Because if you do not have connection to yourself, you cannot connect others, right? So this learning phase, like coming to the classes, hearing Bhagavad Gita, this is not just a ritual. This is learning, so that we can reflect based on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, and we can understand our life, right? We can understand, we can see what is happening in my life, and what should be the next step, or how should I progress in my life. That is the purpose of coming here. It's not just a ritualistic activity. So this is called learning, right? So, and this is learning about love. This is preparation. And the next step is Grihastha ashram. What do we do in Grihastha ashram? That is practicing, that is giving. When we come together with so many people, we get an opportunity. This is an opportunity of sacrifice. This is an opportunity of developing this nature of giving. The Grihastha life is a very responsible life. So much of responsibility, so much of sacrifice is there, right? So why giving? Giving means now learning and giving that love. Giving that love means whatever we are learning, based on that, leading a family life wherein we are serving, we are helping each other. That is Grihastha ashram. And third is Vanprastha ashram means, because now if you have that love, Vanprastha ashram means promoting that love. Vanprastha, they go out, they preach others, promoting that life. And when we are promoting that life, that love, the sannyas ashram means experiencing and expanding. experiencing and expanding that love. So sannyasa is the topmost ashram life. So now they are not only experiencing that love, because once you start giving love to others, you will get that love. Vanprastha, they are promoting now, based on their whatever experiences they had, they are promoting, they are giving love to
So
others.
sannyas is a renunciation?
Renunciates,
Yeah.
sannyasis. Now, one who has fully renounced this material world, family life, they are now only working for Krishna consciousness, or they are only spreading Krishna consciousness. Like we see in our society, sannyasis, they are traveling monks. They are traveling all over the world, and only one purpose is spreading Krishna consciousness. Because they have experienced that, and the more they do, the more they experience, and the more they experience, the more they spread it, expand it. So sannyasis, their business is experiencing and expanding love, right? So if it comes to sannyas, it's not that having a saffron robe will make you a sannyasi. Prabhupada is suggesting we all should become sannyasi. Even being in grihastha ashram, we can become sannyasi. Sannyasi means not only changing the dress. Sannyasi means detachment from material way of life.
All the leisure life.
Material,
Conscious.
consciousness, right? Spiritual consciousness means everything belongs to Krishna. I belong to Krishna, right? And my topmost duty, my service, that is serving Krishna. So that is renunciation. Even you may be the king of the world, you may have all opulences, all facilities, but you can be a biggest renunciate if you're not attached with those opulences. If you're utilizing it for your personal Krishna conscious development and helping others to advance in Krishna consciousness, that is sannyas.
That is also a vanprastha. Vanprastha is also promoting.
Vanprastha also promoting means that is a phase wherein even doing lots of it's first personal development also, because Vanprastha, they go and different places, spiritual places, or spending more time in reading, hearing, chanting, all these activities. Vanprastha means it's a practicing stage, you can say. Detachment is there.
So we are in the vanprastha stage, right?
We are in grihastha.
The grihastha is like if you, as a lifespan of 100, so if you divide,
No.
so it's like 50,
So
if you cross 50, so it's like...
After 50, if you see this calculation, 100 years of calculation based on that, the third phase, that is means 50 to 75.
So you are approaching
You
that
are in
stage.
Vanprastha means now family responsibility is done.
Okay.
And you have given up family responsibility, maybe with husband and wife together. Now children, they are grown up, they are doing their duty, business, whatever they are doing. Now you are detached with family. Husband and wife together, they are going to different spiritual places or dham, yatra, doing spiritual practices, right?
Vanprastha.
That is called Vanprastha. No family life now. No children or begetting children or such activities. Just a spiritual life. And finally, once they advance, sannyas ashram is like giving up all material association, all material desires, and totally surrendered to Krishna. Only one business is spreading Krishna consciousness. So that is sannyas. So anyway, that's a stage in this Kali Yuga. It is not possible. But point is, we should develop this consciousness. Such a beautiful process Mahaprabhu has given us, Srila Prabhupada has given us, this Krishna has given us. We need not to give up even our external situations, but we have to transform our consciousness. And that is very easy when we are in association of devotees and practicing these activities. If you are not practicing, we will not experience it. It's all about practice. How sincerely we are practicing with the right understanding, automatically you will experience that detachment and you will become liberated, right? So yes, so this is what we are trying to understand, that ultimately we have to develop love, and these four ashram, the purpose is learning, practicing, and gradually experiencing and expanding that love. This is the process. If we do not experience, we will not expand it, right? So now to dealing with relationship, like what is suggested, that if relationship is very much toxic, what we should do then? No hope. What is the solution for that? Huh?
Liberation. आजकल तो divorce हो जाता है.
Liberation.
So yeah, he is earlier when somebody was asking about relationship, this, that, because we have so many beautiful examples in scriptures that is very, very advanced stage, very, very advanced. Sometimes like husband is so bad, but still it is recommended that wife they should always serve, and in such a way so that there should be that one day there will be a transformation of heart. But in this Kali Yuga, it is very difficult to practice. So, what should we do in such situations when relationship is very much toxic?
To go for satsang, I mean.
Huh? Yes, this is also good. I mean, unnecessarily we should not. We should create a gap. This is very difficult to accept, but this is something because we have some higher purpose. Not only this physical relationship is enough. Physical relationship, okay, somehow because of whatever reason we have come together. But if that relationship is not helping to advance in Krishna consciousness, then intelligent person should create a gap. Give the person space. Unnecessarily do not get involved. It's not just even going away from. Maybe even if you're together, at least do not unnecessarily have wrong expectations and unnecessarily poke into their business. Create a gap or
no interference.
Develop and look some positivity. Look some positivity into that. That Krishna, maybe this arrangement, maybe Krishna has some better plan for me, some bigger plan for me. Yes, because life is not only that, just one. And if one person is not there in life, see, unfortunately, what he was speaking about that, like in material world, we have toxic relationship. Even he was giving some facts and figures also. Like how in this material world, most of the relationship, either it is husband-wife relationship or parental relationship, you talk about, no true relationship is there. There's no love. Lots of expectations are there, or some things are there. So he said that how to deal with what the scripture is suggesting, that if relationship is very much toxic, we should create a gap. And if it is in transactional mode, that is good, but from there we should add the elements of transcendental love or transcendental relationship. Try to advance, not be there just, because that is not also permanent. That is also based on situations.
Yes. Prabhuji, from what I see around me, what you're saying is absolutely true, but most of the marriages that you see around, even when people are older,
yes,
one person might be spiritually inclined, the other person might not be.
Yes.
So then your using the ultimate purpose, that will very rarely be achieved, because if two people are not on, you cannot, through your activities, you cannot change that. Person has to change within themselves.
Yes, no, that's true. What I'm saying, of course, first of all, we should understand that a spiritual journey is not bounded with anything. Number one, because a spiritual journey nobody can stop. Number two, a spiritual journey is individual journey. It's not dependent on somebody else, right? So these things we should understand. That's what I'm saying. In material world, whatever we may try, but maybe there will be a gap in relationship. That will not be a true relationship. If we are fortunate enough, that's what I'm saying, because of whatever reason, if we are into toxic relationship, that is really bad. But what we can do now, so better create a gap. Find out some real, bigger purpose. Go for that, because unnecessarily, otherwise, that is what it is mentioned that we may have many other good relations, but instead of giving more time to those relations, we are doing so much to solve that toxic relation, or we are so much focused on that toxic, solving the relationship that is very much toxic. So that is simply spoiling our time, energy, everything. And the biggest relationship, the best relationship we have with Krishna, and He is eagerly waiting for us. And we are stuck up with those kind of relationship, which is simply spoiling my consciousness, my time, everything, energy, everything. So, okay, if it is working, like in mode of goodness, or that we could see, if it is working, that is really very nice. Because if coming together, if the husband, wife, or any relation, if it is very much favorable in Krishna consciousness, that is really good, right? And even in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that if husband, wife, if they are together, no, if wife, like most of the time people say that wife means Maya. So it's not that women or the wife is Maya. No? Maya can be even men also for women. No? Both are Mayas to each other. But point is, it is mentioned that if husband and wife coming together, if they have right understanding, if they have clear understanding of a spiritual journey, so a wife can liberate the husband just by serving. So that is a very favorable situation. But if we do not have that situation, that is what we are talking about. What will you do that in that case? So that's what these three phases we are understanding. If it is toxic, if there is no hope, do not get stuck with that. Move forward. Create a give away, or that is like just forget about. Forget means learn from that situation and move forward. The second stage, and from where, like let's develop more elements, that is on elements of transcendental relationship, like coming together, getting knowledge in devotees association, practicing devotional services, so that we can develop more spiritual understanding and we can advance, right? So that is the point here. So do not get stuck with any situation, any person, because this is our spiritual journey. And better in that situation, learn from the situation. Do not forget it. Learn from that situation and help yourself to advance. That is not the only relation. We have our relationship with Krishna, and for so many lifetimes Krishna is waiting for us. And he is our best friend, best lover, best whatever we can say, huh? And he will never cheat us.
Let you down.
We are cheating so many lifetimes. We are going away from Krishna for so many lifetimes. But he is always waiting for us. Right? So we should develop higher consciousness. We should develop higher love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that way, this way, we can live a life with fulfillment. Otherwise, in this material world, if you just have expectations from this material world, from material people, then you are bound to break down. You're bound to break down. Only one friendship, only one relation will work, that is a relationship with Krishna. Nothing will help. So that's why we should understand relationship based on body, emotions, because over a period of time that is going to last. And if it is just based on bodily needs, you see, material world, the relationship is so much frustrating because that need you cannot fulfill for long. Over a period of time, that will be finished. You will not be able to fulfill that need, and relationship will be destroyed. So many divorce cases, why it is happening? So unless this is very, very important subject matter. So physical, emotional, and spiritual platform. So gradually we should develop to the spiritual platform, developing love for Krishna. And that is what will give us the strength, power to face or to maintain or to deal with the relationship in this material world. No power. Otherwise, we see people, once they lost their relationship, they lose hope in life. No, life is meant for something higher. So if one is not, it's not a material way of saying that if one is not fucking with Krishna is always there with us. This is a spiritual understanding. And so many examples, even if you see. Anyway, so this is the topic today. So this chapter, especially that Krishna is concluding that whatever we are doing is doing for one purpose, is to express our love for him, is to express our love for Krishna. And so whichever situation we are in, we should gradually advance to this stage. So from physical, emotional and spiritual. So these three terms now I understand. We may not have emotions for Krishna, bhav. We may not have feelings for Krishna right now. Then we may be at physical stage right now. So at least we should serve on physical stage. Right? Different austerities, charity. What is this? We may not have that kind of desire, but doing some service, physical service, engaging our tongue, engaging our mind or intelligence, this is what service, sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti means I may not have desire, but still I'm forcing myself to do that activity. I may not desire to chant the name, but still I'm engaging my body, my tongue in chanting. Using my spiritual intelligence, I'm just forcing myself to do that activity. So once you keep on doing, even by force, in association with devotees, gradually you will develop some feelings, some experience you will get. And then gradually we will come to this stage, a spiritual or transcendental stage of relationship, loving, devotional service. I mean, that will be the only purpose of life then, and that will be the fulfilling life. So anyway, so thank you so much. This is very, very important subject matter. I don't know how much I could explain it, but this is, if these three categories, these three modes of material nature, if we understand and if we become expert in categorizing things, activities, desires, everything in these three categories, and how we can progress from one to another, from bottom to top, this will transform the whole existence. And that's why Krishna is speaking so much about these three subject matters, I mean these three modes of material nature. Right? Do not get stuck. Wherever you are, just move forward. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
We can all express our gratitude to Prabhuji by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra.